ago, our models were showing that it was going to hang around our area, maybe move back down to the southeast and then go up towards East Texas. Now, of course, we've been watching spaghetti models, and as Sean said, now it looks like it's going to be hanging out for a while, but it may even start moving down towards the south and maybe even in that direction. This one is really definitely one of those that we will be talking about for years to come.
And Sean's going to talk more about it right now.
Great.
So we're clearly not done with the storms just yet, and San Antonio, we're just barely starting with the activity that we're anticipating. But as of the latest update, which hasn't been here for a while, winds are at 80 miles an hour and still Category 1 Harvey. And it's claiming 25 miles southwest of Victoria. However, it is not southwest of Victoria. Right now, from what I'm judging, the eye has collapsed. So the center of the storm looks to be about right where I drew that X, which now has an 18 miles to the west-northwest of Victoria. Last check, we were about 14 miles west-southwest. So it's moving northwest, and it's moved just within the last 15-20 minutes, 4 miles further out from Victoria, out to the west. So it looks like we're seeing more of a northwest trajectory. That's making it head toward possibly Yorktown, or between Cuero and Yorktown is where we're going to see this center of the storm moving. But some nice storms there in the Victoria area. So we talk about those spaghetti models, and for meteorologists, how frustrating it is to have to deal with models that are all over the place. So we have a number of models that are bringing it in, and some up to as far as Gonzales, kind of just looping it around there. Others, and most of them, bring it right up to about the Karnes County, Gonzales County southern borders, and that's where it stops. But this is something that's new. I'm noticing now the majority of forecast models then, as you see, are pushing it off to the west. So this would be throughout the evening. We see this move west, and this is the case, and it moves towards southern Atascosa County, northern B County. That would definitely pick up the rain for San Antonio. The rain coloring you're seeing on the bottom, that's forecasted rain totals. That's if the storm stalls and then moves back south and to the east. But if it moves west, all that heavy rain will move west with it. So San Antonio, you notice Gonzales and areas north, they were saying 10, 20 inches of rain. If these forecasts, the latest models are correct, we may be moving into that. The problem is we just don't know which one is going to be right, because there's no steering mechanism in the upper atmosphere. And you see some of them push it all the way down towards the valley. A number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have it down into the valley here by Tuesday at 1 a.m. And then there's others that still have it lingering over Victoria. So this is a very frustrating situation, and it may not even be till Wednesday or Thursday before this is said and done for our area. So we may not have much now, but we may be dealing with rain for days and days on end. So you can see the heavy rain up there in Austin. Of course, the eye, Cuero is just on the back end of a nice wave. Victoria is right in between some nice little waves. And then it's a break for Corpus. Corpus, you're not seeing a whole lot other than some sprinkles. But we're going to see some of this rain that's just to the east of Three Rivers, between Three Rivers and Tilden area, that's going to start to work back into the Corpus region. So San Antonio, we have a wave coming through the northeast side, and spotty showers have passed through Bernie, and we may see some of that making its way up into Fredericksburg. As this system moves to the west, we'll continue to see, or northwest, we'll see these showers shift to the northwest. So northeast side seeing the brunt of it along 1604 between 35 and I-10, and spotty showers. Winds are picking up as well. We're going to be dealing with tropical storm strength winds. We have that with our gusts, and you see the camera from our Wilcar weather camera now really bouncing, gray, gloomy. Wind gust down to 37, was at 40 last check, so that's dropped off a little bit, but we're between 30 to 40 with those gusts, winds about 25 to 30. We're still under a tropical storm warning for San Antonio. Hurricane warnings are still up, but those winds will be dropping to tropical storm strength winds here soon. And that's where we're expecting heaviest rain for those counties in red. So we'll be following this here throughout the day. For us, I'm thinking right now, the worst of it for San Antonio won't be till late afternoon and probably overnight into Sunday morning. But we're going to see rain all day today, that's for sure. It won't stop. At least it's die down to moderate and light and to pick back up. But we should see some heavy downpours overnight, which will cause a flash flood. And that's what I've really seen it for the area. It could be in the afternoon hours, but more likely into the evening. And that could last all day Sunday, even into Monday. It just depends on what track this storm takes. And without upper-level steering winds, It could be any one of those tracks, so we're just keeping an eye on that. But and we're keeping you safe here. We're going to be here all through the weekend, so be sure to stay with us. And surprisingly, a lot of accidents, considering it's Saturday morning. It would seem like a busy weekday commute out there with the wet roads and the accidents that we're seeing. All right, Brianna, what do you have for us?
Thank you very much, Shauna. And Siobhan is also here keeping us up to date, helping us out to make sure that you're safe. But let's see how the Red Cross is doing right now with all the people coming in, the help that they're going to need. Darlene Dorsey is live out there right now. Darlene, what are you seeing? What are you experiencing?
Stand by. Hey there, we're here at the Red Cross headquarters over on East Houston, and I'm with Gretchen Roos, and she's going to tell us about the fact that they've had lots of volunteers coming in this morning, and right now they're all in a training class. But tell us about what happened when you got here this morning.
So I got here before 8 o'clock, and there was lots of parking spaces available in the parking lot, but I went out to my car to get something, and the parking lot was full. So we're grateful for the people who have come to volunteer for the Red Cross, but we're in desperate need of additional volunteers. So we encourage people to come and volunteer. We have a volunteer intake center here at the Red Cross headquarters. I'm going to give you the address, 3642 East Houston. The intake center will be open until 2 o'clock, and we have the usual wonderful Red Cross training every hour at the 30 of the hour. So 8:30 was the first one, next one's at 9:30, etc.
Okay, Alex is taking a look inside one of the training classes. Can you give us an idea of what it is people learn when they're in one of these training classes?
Red Cross training is very, very extensive in terms of helping people to know what the best things are to do in their particular role. So the volunteers that we're training today are being trained to work in the shelters. And the shelters, as you know, are food, clothing, and shelter, and looking out for the welfare of the people who are residing there. So that's the kind of training they're going to get.
You have people who have been coming in saying they want to help as a result of Harvey, the storm that has moved to our coast.
Yes, yeah, people are coming in to help. I talk to retired people. I talk to military retirees who were involved in the military in different hurricanes, so they're here to help.
What do you think it is? Tell us the one thing most people say as to why they want to help people in need in emergency situations, because this is volunteer work.
I'm a volunteer, so I can tell you that I feel very dedicated to the Red Cross because I see firsthand the good things that the Red Cross does. When people need something, the Red Cross is there. And I think that we've all grown up with that and knowing that the Red Cross is there for you in time of an emergency. So I think it's just people's hearts get big and they want to do something and they come to the Red Cross, for which we are very grateful.
Okay, we're going to be here for a while to show you more and talk to more people about why they feel the need to come and help someone else in a difficult situation, because we know the storm has impacted people who've had to leave their homes. They don't know what's going to happen or what they're going to return to when they go back to those homes near the coast. So it's nice to know that there are volunteers here to offer them some comfort, and we'll let you know more about what's happening with the Red Cross, but they'll be here until 2 o'clock asking for more volunteers. Now back to you.
Thank you very much, Darlene. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit. But as we've been reporting all morning long, Siobhan, traffic accidents are increasing. They're becoming more and more and more, which is unfortunate. We're telling you to stay off the roads. Let's check in with Jennifer right now.
That's right, and it's Saturday, folks, so you expect no one to be on the roads, no work, no school, but we're having accident after accident, and right now we have a new rollover situation right here at Wurzbach Parkway and Wetmore Road. No visuals at all yet, but know this is a rollover situation happening at Wurzbach Parkway and Wetmore Road, so avoid this area. In fact, avoid all roads. If you don't have to get on the highway, don't get on the highway. Don't be driving at all. We also have 410 and Broadway. It looks like they just cleared this situation, so that's good news. But what you don't anticipate, what you don't look for, is the winds and the water pockets on the highways. So normally we don't have a lot of water pockets on the highways, but with the consistent rain coming down, it makes our driving situations even more difficult. And also when you're driving, you get that gust of wind that just blows your vehicle. So if it's earlier, it was really blowing these TransSky cameras around. Just imagine this tiny little cameras blowing around, what it can do to your large vehicle when you're driving speeds of 30, 40, 50 miles an hour on a highway, and then you're in a new situation that you don't want to be in. So just to get an overlook of the rain that's coming down, we also have the jackknifed 18-wheeler on 151 in Callahan. That's still in progress as well at 151. but an overlook of the radar and the rain that's coming down across the city and across our roadways. You can see everything in green here on the map. That is all rainfall, as well as yellows and reds. It's a little bit heavier there. And this is, and the entire city is getting rain. So all the roads are wet. All the roads are getting consistent rainfall. So it's making our driving situations even more difficult. So please stay home, enjoy your house, enjoy your family today. It's Saturday. You don't need to get out there. And I'm having an unusual amount of accidents for a Saturday morning with no work and no school out there. So kids stay home. No, don't need to do anything out there. Just rent a bunch of movies and you avoid lots of traffic situations. I'm going to keep a close eye on everything. I'll have more in another few minutes.
I think Jennifer said it best. Just watch a bunch of movies.
Yeah, you know,
It's
this
the perfect time.
well,
It's raining, cuddle up.
Well, we always want to stay home, and we always say our lives are so hectic, and that we always
Here's-
never have time to
take a
enjoy
break
our
today.
our houses. Well, this is the day, and you don't have to feel guilty. You're not missing anything. Staying home is not going to cause a problem at work or school or anything like that. So just hang out. I don't know. I always say this is the day I would clean closets because
Oh no,
I don't like
I'd
to
watch
do
movies.
closets.
I'd
Oh, I
put
would
chores to
too,
the side.
of course, but that would be the in-between thing.
Yes, when you got a little bored.
Yeah. so.
We do know Northeast ISD and Northside ISD have canceled all of their activities for today. There were some events going on around town. Most of them have been canceled. For example, HEB Family Saturday at the Blue Star Complex has been canceled, and a Veterans Resource Fair has also been canceled. I believe we're going to see something from Donald Trump. He just tweeted. I'm going to look at my Twitter. There we go, right there. Closely monitoring Hurricane Harvey from Camp David. We are leaving nothing to chance. City, state, and federal governments are working great together. Yesterday we heard from our senators, we heard from the governor, we heard from local officials that were just saying that they've been talking to Trump. Some of them have. Some of them have been talking to Senator Ted Cruz about, just safety and precautions and what we're doing. Here's another live look outside right now. Let's figure out where that is. If that's here in San Antonio, maybe it's our storm chaser that was heading.
We're going to see this picture on and off throughout the day across South Texas. So it's not just localized. This is Austin,
right where this is.
I'm sorry, this is a picture of Austin, and as you can tell, this is just the picture across all of our cities. Victoria, any of them along the coast, Austin, up towards I-35 going up. As well as also Galveston. This is our picture of Galveston, and we are continuing to see, of course, the high winds, the heavy rains, and it's gotten dark there. Remember, it kind of comes in waves. I know you stepped outside a few minutes ago, and you came back in and said, it doesn't look terrible.
It didn't,
no,
but
it's waves, and that's the whole issue that we're trying to explain to you. Is it'll come in hard and strong, and then it'll die off for a little while, and then you'll get the next round that'll come in. And so that's going to be the pattern for the next several days. I know Sean said that right now we are down to 75 miles per hour on Harvey. Still a Category 1, right on the edge.
What takes it back down to a tropical storm?
We just have to drop up underneath 75.
Okay.
So as soon as we drop back down
To
74, then we're going to be categorized as a tropical storm. But still, 74 mile an hour winds are
Still
nothing to mess with.
And when we were on Facebook, people were asking, hey, when the sun starts to come up, is that going to increase the storm? Is it the storm going to die down? How is the sun going to affect anything?
Of course, it's just heating and humidity and getting sticky. And of course, the rain is going to come. Even if it's nighttime or daytime, it's just a system that's very tropical. We have a lot of moisture in the air. And because Harvey is beginning to kind of stall and sit in one place, we're going to see rain on and off and on and off. And now we're looking at the models. It says maybe rainfall until Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday.
So it's getting longer and longer.
Yeah,
when
longer.
We start to expect, you're saying rain, but is this the consistent rain that we're going to see all day long, or is it going to get harder?
It could get stronger by this afternoon. I know Sean's going to give us the details on all that. And then also, of course, the winds are really going to kind of pick up a little bit on and off. This is Corpus Christi, and we are seeing, of course, the Corpus area. I've been down there many a times, and it is not looking good down there either, as you can tell. You can tell by the rain. It is coming down in buckets down there. And I know the winds, of course, are still very high in that area. It just doesn't look good. It is definitely going to be this picture all across South Texas. And right now, maybe it's not so bad, but it is going to continually be going on and on and on. So.
And going back to Austin for just a minute, I've got some family up there as well. They're experiencing more rain than we are right now. It sounds like, is that pretty normal? I know Texas State closed campus for today in classes.
Well, and I'm sure Sean showed you, it's that northeastern quadrant of the rotation. It has a lot of heavy rainfall on it. But remember, it goes up, it maybe goes around Austin, and then it starts coming back down.
Here.
There you